So I just got this box in the mail. The book is called Fourth Wing. It's a dragon story. This box, a fantasy like you've never read before. That an arc I was going to be reading would end up taking over the entire bookish world. Oh my gosh. 5 freaking huge, ginormous, shining bright like a diamond stars for this book. Swoon. So good. I'm sold. Fan for life. This book became one of the most hype books of our time. And now here we are getting the 3rd installment of the Empyrean series, the much anticipated Onyx Storm. Hey Book Besties, welcome to the Onyx Storm reading vlog. We are one more sleep from getting this book in our hands. Obviously, by the time you're watching this video, you've already got it in your hands. But in real time, I'm setting my alarm for 3 a.m. so that I can order the Target edition and hopefully get it before it sells out there. I also have the Amazon edition coming, but I'm also probably going to set my alarm for about 7 a.m. to go to Target early just in case I can't get it at 3 a.m. online, or they say I got it but they don't actually secure a copy for me. I want to also physically go in person and see if I can secure a copy. I cannot miss out on having both editions of this book because they are both so stunning. This will be a spoiler-free and then spoiler vlog. I know that there's a lot of midnight book parties going on. Literally such a great time to be a reader. One more sleep, guys. No filming happening while I was in Target, guys. It was a survival of the fittest kind of a moment. I did secure one of the hats that I wanted, and pure luck, honestly, I did secure the Target edition. I did wake up at 3 a.m. and it took me 30 minutes to get like that processed through. The app and the website for Target kept crashing, but I also didn't trust that they're not going to cancel that order. So to cover all of my bases, I also went at 6:45 in the morning, arrived to Target at 7:15 and got in line in the 12-degree weather. I was probably number 24 in line and they had 30 copies in store. I cannot believe this is real. This also came like 2 days ago. My first ever jelly cat, just in time to read Onyx Storm with me. Okay, so I am going to have like spoiler free first while I read, and then I will, towards the end of the video, will continue into my spoilery thoughts. This book better not let us down. We have literally taken years off of our lives with the stress of acquiring these books. It better be a 10-star read. Post Onyx Storm Day. I feel like I'm gonna be recovering from yesterday for like 2 or 3 days. I'm so exhausted. I thought for sure that I would get so much reading done, and that did not happen. I was talking to some other friends and we're all feeling this same way, where we want to completely binge the story to know the story, but it's almost like we're all subconsciously putting it off or going extremely slow through it to just savor it. There's a lot of details. I personally haven't read Iron Flame for an entire year. Some of my friends were smart enough to do a reread. I remember most things, but there's definitely a lot of names and details being thrown at us in Onyx Storm that it's taking me a while because 1, I'm tired, and 2, there's a lot of details I'm trying to catch and remember. So yesterday I only made it through chapter 5, which is like nowhere in the book. As far as my non-spoilery thoughts go so far, Andarna and Riddick, obviously we're all super happy to see all the characters and this whole world, but And Darna and Riddick are two of my favorite side characters. They are both so sassy and funny, and I didn't realize how much I've missed the two of them, and so I'm so happy to see them again. And then the dedication, in case you're not reading this, let me just read you this dedication. To the ones who don't run with the popular crowd, the ones who get caught reading under their desks, the ones who feel like they never get invited, included, or represented, get your leathers. We have dragons to ride. Like, what a beautiful dedication to everyone. Violet has shown up and she means business. And this is gonna be so good. I completely forgot about Eric, or Arik. I'll have to go look in the other book and see how to pronounce his name. But like, I totally forgot about him and how much I really like his character. As you saw, I set myself up with a little picnic here on the floor. Update, I did a tiny bit more reading today. I only ended up with 1 hour to read instead of 2 hours to read. Such is my life. I am 75 pages in, so still not very far at all. I don't have a lot of non-spoiler thoughts. I'm realizing that this is going to be very hard to have a whole lot of non-spoiler content because this is the third book in a series, and so how much can I possibly say? Oh! Okay. Oh, hi. You want to join the girly picnic? Okay. Whoa. Not the book. Nova, sit. Say hi. Oh, there she is. Show them your ball. I'm gonna have to lock her out of the room. I know she's not. There's no way she is. It's too early in the book. It's all gonna be fine. All's well. I mean, it's not well at all. Huge crisis going on, but I'm not quite as on the edge of my seat gasping for air because I know it's gonna be okay. Dude, Violet is such a beast. It's fine. My dislocated knee that is not even hardly attached to my body anymore. Let me just pop that right back into place. Like, what? I don't have a good feeling about this scene right now. Yeah, exactly. Why is he there? I'm so stressed out. Oh, it's too much. It's too much. I mean, I'm not even 100 pages in and already I'm just like, so much is happening. I'm dying inside, guys. I'm gonna die a very slow 570 page death. I have no hope of this book ending well, and then we have to wait God only knows how long for the next one. Why? Why do we do this to ourselves? Oh my gosh. I think I'm having an emotional, like, aversion to this book. I literally feel like I'm just putting it off and putting it off, and I'm waiting to reach that point. I'm just completely gripped and cannot put it down. There's been so many names dropped that I'm still very confused by. It's not that I'm not enjoying it, I don't feel utterly gripped yet, which is surprising considering I'm over 200 pages in. I'm literally reading this so slow, which that's also okay. It doesn't make us any less of a reader if we want to read a book slowly. I can't wait to be so gripped that I do binge it, but I also am okay with just slowly taking it in and absorbing this one because it's going to be a long time that we have to wait by the time I get to the end of this book. My goodness, I almost forgot. Like, a big part of why I came and filmed right now is because I got a sweater. How I have managed to be a fan of Fourth Wing since literally before it came out. I think that I'm just super, super picky, and every single time I've ever gone to Etsy and Amazon like searching for merch, I just freeze of indecision. So I finally got something. I have a sweater here, so I wanted to open it up and let you guys see what I got. I wanted green, and the green is so perfect. It's nice and soft inside, which is another thing that I was really, really hoping for, and it just says Basgiath War College with the dragon. I love that it says Dragon Riders down here. I did get medium because I wanted it to be like super oversized for me. It is definitely oversized. I think I could have sized like normal and this would have still been oversized. I will link this one below. I did get this on Amazon. I normally love to support Etsy, but like I said, I was just struck with indecision and really wanted a green one particularly, and so that's just where I happened to find it. It was on Amazon, but I will link it below if you wanted to go grab yourself one. We're at the halfway point, and I feel like there's just so many details, yet nothing actually connecting and making a lot of sense. Maybe it's just me, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. I would like a little bit more to start happening. Being at the halfway point, I just haven't been like so gripped yet that I can't put this down, and that's really frustrating me and really, really surprising me. I'm here for these characters. They don't disappoint ever at any point. There's no disappointment. Dude, the character development of Violet from the second book to this book, it's actually shocking. She's like fully come into herself, and I'm so here for it. I'm having emotions here, and I'm not okay with them, and I literally don't want to keep reading, but I have to keep reading, and this is exactly why this book has taken me so long to read, because I've been like emotionally dreading everything that I know Rebecca's gonna do to us. I'm so stressed out right now. Stop! Come on, Violet, come on. Are they allowed, though? Are they allowed to interfere? Oh my gosh. I'm shocked. Oh my gosh, hold on. What? I think that's a good note to pause on and go feed my family dinner, and then I will come back, and I still have like 200 pages to read tonight. Alright, my friends, I fed the family, I did my workout, and I have exactly 200 pages left. I do feel like this is going to be a very late night. I really want to finish this tonight, so fingers crossed that I actually can. Let's see if I can get through this book. Literally, I have zero predictions for how this book is going to end, where we're going, what is happening, because everything that I ever think or thought is not what I think or thought. It's all imploding. It's all absolutely bonkers. Okay, my friends, it is bedtime for me. I really wanted to commit to finishing this tonight, but I am so tired, and I feel like I've been reading this all day, and I'm like reaching the point that I'm aggravated I'm not done, and it's taking my enjoyment of the book. So I'm gonna call it quits tonight. I have exactly 100 pages left, but I'm really struggling because I feel like every time this plot thickens and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is getting really juicy and really good, we just go right back to kind of boring. But I'm a huge endings person, and because I love the characters, if the ending is epic, it could still potentially be 5 stars. I'm gonna go to bed now, and here's to hoping that the last 100 pages of this book are phenomenal. I'm so glad that I made the decision last night to just stop reading. I was getting way too tired, and it was definitely taking away from my joy of the book. I did read some more this morning. A lot is happening. Like, I just wish that there was this much gripping in the plot for me throughout the entire book, because now I'm like, okay, I don't want to put this down. And I really wanted that more throughout the book, but I'm glad we're finally here. I'm gonna get back into reading, and we are going to finish this like literally right now. Oh my gosh, this isn't going well. Oh my gosh. Why do we do this to ourselves? What? Oh my gosh, what the heck? Okay, guys. Literally only 7 more pages, and we're on Zaden's point of view next. Like, it's impossible for me not to feel like something awful is still about to happen. You can do this, Jordan. It's just a book. It's only a book. What is happening? I don't even know. Did I like the book? Did I hate the book? Okay, I didn't hate the book, but do I like it? I don't even know right now. Wow. I will say I'm glad to be done, but the amount of questions that I'm left with will be debilitating mentally and emotionally until hopefully 2026 when we get a new book. I don't know, guys. I need a moment. I'll be back with final closing thoughts and a rating, because right now I don't know if I want to hug the book and sob or if I want to throw it across the room. I'm very conflicted at the moment. Alright, my Empyrean besties, it is time for me to try really hard to process my thoughts on this book. First, now I will give my spoiler-free thoughts. I have had to sleep on this for 2 whole days and talk to my Patreon and ask questions and kind of engage with them there on everyone else's thoughts, because I definitely wrapped this one up feeling super confused and extremely conflicted on how I even feel. I still don't feel completely confident on my rating on this. I think that it's gonna be maybe months before I really feel like settled in my rating, but I think I'm going with a 4.5. Maybe 4.75. Characters, 5 stars. These characters are some of my absolute favorite characters ever written. Irregardless of the plot and where this ever ends up going, I will give these characters my whole heart and 5 whole stars. They did not disappoint. The plot is, for me, what I got really hung up on. We had these massive highs where I felt like we're going places and on the edge of my seat. You saw a lot of that in my footage, those edge of my seat moments, the gasping for air that truly messed with me. But it felt like every time we reached a peak, it just went right back down to the valley of feeling a little bit bored and kind of like there was a major lull. Overall, it was a very enjoyable experience, and again, I will always love this series and love these characters. But there was too many questions, too much confusion, which I know it's fantasy. Like, we are completely meant to feel questioning and confused. But for book 3, I was less confused book 1. I feel like she just keeps making us more and more confused as the books come out, and I don't want to feel that way. Like, I want to enjoy this world and enjoy these characters and have like groundbreaking moments, not still be confused. So it's just a personal thing, I will admit, but that is all of my non-spoiler thoughts. So if you are leaving at this point, thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't hit subscribe, please consider doing that and sticking around. I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, so this is the spoilery part of the video, which is obviously going to be way more exciting in my opinion. It is so hard to put valid thoughts and opinions into a non-spoiler form. So I'm here for this portion of the video. And if you're here for this portion of the video, then let me know what you rated Onyx Storm, because obviously I assume you already read it. Let's geek out together. You're gonna get the much more raw and real reactions to this book. There was a couple of things last night when I was reading during some reading sprints with Patreon that it's really hard for me to record while I'm on a live show, so I just took a couple notes. First of all, how giddy I am at this concept that they're gonna go looking for Andarna's species. We might get a whole new cast of dragons. Yes, please. Are you kidding? I'm so on the edge of my seat to see how this is gonna turn out as they hopefully actually find Andarna's family, maybe? I'm just so excited to see where this is gonna go. And the love I have for Andarna, I know everyone does. This is not news to anyone who's read these books. Andarna is a top tier character. Her sass is so adorable. On page 7, I was already laughing at her. She's arguing with Tern because he's telling her, your wings won't hold the weight of this ice. And she's like, your wings won't hold the weight of this ice, blatantly mocking him. And yet yours miraculously carry the burden of your ego. How do you not love her? And then getting more of Ric, he is one of my favorite characters. I'm telling you right now, guys, I know we're all here for what on earth is gonna happen with Zaden. Is he in his villain era? Is Violet gonna save him? I know that's the main point right now, but I'm saying right now that if anything happens to Ric, I will riot. And I don't trust Rebecca. Obviously, why would we trust her when she killed off Liam? I don't want any characters to die anymore. Like, can we stop with the death, please? But also, don't let it be Ric. And last thought for right now, when Zaden makes his appearance, I mean, he's in the prologue, but when he makes like his legit appearance on page 20 and saves her, like he just knew, and he comes in and we finally get the Shadow Daddy moment that he saves her as they're like engaging with the dark beings. Instantly swoon. It enhanced the story immediately when Zaden came on scene, and I'm just believing that Violet and Zaden are gonna get through this. Guys, Violet has gone full-blown violent. I've always loved her, but in the start of this story, she seems more adult to me than ever before. In chapter 5, when that girl's challenging Dane, and then Andarna's like, no, he's not the strongest. So then Violet steps in to challenge her. She like throws her magic into the air and causes like lightning and thunder and stuff. And she's like, you see, Dane's too honorable to wield in a challenge, but you'll find that my sense of morality has learned to ... waver. I'm just kind of floored by her right now. I know she's not going to kill off Tern. There's no way. But I'm at the part that they just flew out of the tornado and the bond goes dark. The silver-haired Venin is a lightning wielder too? That makes so much sense though. But crap! Oh, crud! Okay, but still, why is Garrick there? She's like, Venin aren't supposed to have signets, let alone mine. You think? Oh my gosh. Violet just met her match. I'm actually a little bit scared right now. She actually wants Andarna. Everyone wants Andarna. I want Andarna. But she knows what breed Andarna is. She's like talking about Zaden. He will. And when you come with him, oh, I cannot. I have read way too much fantasy to understand how real foresight is into things. Homegirl just said to Violet, he will come, and when you come with him. And yet, I still don't know why Garrick is there. What is a walker? Okay. Garrick's a walker. He can travel 1,000 miles in minutes. Thank God. I thought he was like on enemy's side for a moment there, and I was not okay. Taryn's alive. Garrick is not evil. All is well in the moment, except my heart. My heart is not well. My hope is not well. It's squashed. It's gone. It's just... I quite literally hate General Atos. Why don't they just kill him? I'm only saying this because it's a fantasy book, okay? I'm not condoning killing people who you hate and annoy you, but because it's a fantasy book, why don't they just kill him? Sign him up to be the person who's killed off in this book. Thank you. Riddick. His character just continues and continues to become better and better to me. Like, I've always loved Riddick. Obviously, Zaden is the Shadow Daddy, and we all love him. But there's been a few moments in the pages that I've been reading that I am like, go Riddick! When he is telling her, like, we have to stick together. Bad things happen when we don't, and so, like, no matter what, I'm going on this mission with you. That just made me so happy, and I'm so glad he's going on this mission with her because he is that character that is so needed in the missions. But back to Zaden, there's a quote on page 122 that, you know, obviously he is now a professor, and she's like, wait, we can't be together, we have to live by the codex, she's saying, and he's like, I live by you. When have I cared about the codex or the code of conduct? I'm yours and you're mine, and there's no law or rule in this world or the next that will change that. His quotes, so swoony, so good. Violet is in that meeting. They're kind of reconvening and building a new team. The character development that I'm witnessing from Violet, because I know in Iron Flame, people were really frustrated by her, but now witnessing her like grow up and mature and stand up for things is so cool to see. Like when she's in that meeting and she's like, I am picking my team, you can get over it. Kind of every rebuttal they had, she would just come back. And even Zaden looks at her at one point, he's like, I did not realize that I could love you even more than I already did, because she was just such a boss in that scene and like telling basically everyone, including the prince, off and like telling them what's gonna happen. And so that was super cool. I loved that scene. But the funny part is when she's done picking her people and Myra says to her, excellent, you get one chance to form your own squad and you choose your ex, your current lover, the quadrant's resident smart aleck, 2 people who have tried to kill you in the past year, 1 over said current lover, and whatever Dane is. These are your choices for the most important mission any writer could possibly undertake. And even Taryn is like, I'm glad someone said it. That just made me laugh out loud because true. Her choice of a squad was so fun, and I know it's gonna be just wildly entertaining. Hold the phone, please. First of all, are we supposed to like Dane now? What is happening here? Why does he seem like a good guy right now? Second of all, the prince was just kidnapped by the place that they went. I just feel a little confused. And lastly, is Zaden proposing? Will we get a proposal by the end of this book? This king, Cortland, asking Zaden where his loyalty lies. Be honest, you can't lie, or all deals off the table, like a high pressure moment. And Zaden says, Violet, my loyalty is to Violet first above everything, everyone else. Zaden's one-liners, man. If every girl on the planet could be loved the way that Zaden loves Violet, the world would be a better place. This little negotiation dinner party has literally gone to crap. I don't think this could have gone any worse. Zaden saving the day. Never mind. Violet saving the day with Andarna, of course. You see, that's my little one. And Andarna helping now. Literally, Violet just took over. Where Halden and even Zaden could not manage these negotiations, Violet's like, mic drop, I've got this. Y'all just sit in the corner and let me do this. Let me have this conversation and threaten this man and tell him how this is gonna go. Guys, I'm so stressed out right now. Zaden was gonna fight their like greatest warrior, and then the priestess goes and cuts Dane's arm too. I was already really stressed with Violet for Zaden, and now Dane is involved. And like I said in an earlier clip, like, are we supposed to like Dane now? Because it sure seems like it. And now I'm panicking that he's about to die. That's my prediction. Dane's about to die. I don't want to keep reading. What? Now Violet is fighting with them too? Someone's about to die. And I know it's not going to be Zaden or Violet. Best of 3. Is it a fight to the death though? Best of 3, but to the death? Oh, Violet just beat their queen. She was fighting their leader. Crisis averted. Moment has passed. Everyone's alive. For now. Zaden telling them to draw up the papers when they're suggesting marriage on this random island. And their suggestion being like 3 to 4 years. And his response? Shall we go with 3 or 4 years? Lifetime. Anything less is unacceptable. Traeger. They're all like getting handed super random gifts. I knew something weird was gonna happen, but like, that just happened so quickly. Traeger's just dead. Some of them got a kitten and a compass and really random things, a bottle of wine. Traeger gets shot in the chest with an arrow. Oh, Kat is going to lose her mind. That is so sad. Like, she finally found love again. Oh, this is gonna go so badly. Oh my gosh. I forgot that the griffin will die. Oh. Wow. And Violet has to thank them. He named the kitten Broccoli. And then Myra's like, why not carrots? Drake goes, just to frustrate you, Swordgale. I'm here for the Drake and Myra romance, please. The Irids or Irids or however you pronounce it. I don't have a clue how to pronounce this, but they showed up. They're on the beach. I didn't expect that for like at least another 100 pages. I definitely did not see that coming, that she's just lounging on the beach and all of a sudden they just come out of nowhere. 6 of them. Instantly one of them, it gets in her head and is like, hello human. What? Ric walks up and sees all the dragons. He's like, are we happy? Are we scared? We don't know if we're happy or scared. No way, she can hear all of them? This scene is amazing. All this time, Andarna was a test to the humans. Like, she was the criterion. They put her there. They left her there. My mind is so blown. Since when is Ric the one with all the wisdom? As she's telling him about Zaden, and he's finally finding out the truth that Zaden is basically turning into a venom, his response to her, just like, where's the line that protects you? I will help you at all costs. I will do everything to help you, but what's the line he's gonna cross that then you protect yourself? Ric is seriously such a well-written character, and his friendship and care for Violet is amazing. I literally love this character. So, Andarna left. Obviously, I'm so happy for her, but so sad for us and for Violet. And of course, I know that that's gonna come full circle. We still have more books in the series, so I know that is not gonna be the last time we see Andarna, and I'm actually really excited to see how that will thicken and enhance the plot. Also, Violet is a dreamwalker. That was a super cool twist, how we've been seeing these dreams all along, thinking they were hers, but they weren't. And I remember when she was dreaming about the fire and her family portrait, or a family portrait, I remember thinking like, what the heck is this? I was definitely thinking that she might potentially turn into a venom based on the dreams she was having that were in fact Zaden's. So I'm really loving that part of the plot as well and eager to see where that goes. And then there was a couple quotes on page 425. Zaden says to her, I love you more than this city. Do not die defending it. I just love that because like this is his city. This is his legacy, his family's place. Yet we just see constantly how Zaden puts Violet above all else. Like his love for her is so fully and completely top priority. And that is just so, so beautiful. But now I'm on the part where Myra has been kidnapped and they're flying to go hopefully rescue Myra. Because what's crazy to me is I was literally just reading the part where Myra came to help Violet get out of her slump after Andarna left. And I was literally thinking to myself how much I love Myra's character. And I love their sister relationship. That scene where she just sits on the bed with Violet and I'm gonna tear up talking about it, but like she's just sitting there talking to her and trying to get her out of her slump, and no one else was capable of doing it. But Myra showed up and she got her out of bed. It hit me in that moment. Like I've always really loved Myra's character, but that was one of the more beautiful displays of their sisterhood. Now here we are like a couple chapters later and Myra's been kidnapped and I'm so mad about it, but I'm gonna trust that everything's gonna be okay. Who is Berwin? Am I supposed to know who Berwin is? I'm so confused. Chuck just shows up in an armoire. Brennan can save her. Yes! Brennan, show up. Theophany isn't a lightning wielder, and it's literally like they're speaking in riddles. If it was gonna be one of her daughters, I'd have bet on your sister. She's their answer to my mother. And then Theophany's like, she was the answer to me? She's a storm wielder, like Violet's mom was. It's too close to the end for me to continue being confused. Alright guys, I'm on the last 10 pages. Taryn and Violet have just been taken down by a net and they're pretty sure that Scale and Zaden are also captured at the moment. So it's fine. Everything's fine. Eric is seriously becoming an absolute favorite character. He's been working all this time in his own ways to like protect her and to protect everyone. And Darna? Don't mess with me like this. Oh, this better be real. No freaking way. Violet did it. What the? Violet killed her. But Andarna's there. I like literally don't even want to keep reading because I feel like I'm okay with how things are going right now. Granted, Andarna's back and I don't understand. And Violet's last chapter said, Violet, Andarna whispers. And then I hear nothing. So like, where's that going? Who can't do this? Who can't willingly walk the path? Oh God, who's there? He's the last person I ever would have expected to turn, and yet here we are. Who the heck was Pancheck? There's too many characters in this book, and it's almost like it removes me from even caring or like deeply feeling anything when something happens to these characters because there's so many of them and I don't even remember who Pancheck is. Zaden is saving everyone, but at what cost? I guess Zaden's just gonna count on Violet to save him. I mean, I'm counting on Violet to save him too. Oh no. Missing eggs too? Stop. Don't look for me. It's yours now. I don't understand. What you asked me to? What did she ask Imogen to do? What? Where is everyone? Where's Riddick? Who's missing? I feel like the longer I sit and think about this, the more frustrated I'm gonna get of like, what about this? What about that? How rude of an ending. And they're married. That would mean she is now on the throne. Where is everyone? Oh my gosh. What the heck, guys? The amount of questions I have, the extreme confusion I feel emotionally, mentally, I don't even know. Thank God for my Patreon who helped me walk through some of the things, because one of my biggest questions was, do you think that Zaden knows that him and Violet are married, like that he planned that all along? And mutually we all kind of agree that we think he did plan it. but I better get a point of view from his or some better form of a marriage for them. Like, that better not be Zaden and Violet's wedding and marriage. I will riot because I need a Twilight vibes, gripping, beautiful wedding for Zaden and Violet one day. My other issue is I need to know if Riddick is one of the missing people. I think it said there's like 4 people still missing. Is it Riddick? My heart is gonna be in an actual vice grip for the next year, year and a half, however long we have to wait, always wondering, where is Riddick? Is he safe? And then the end. If it hadn't been for my friends who explained to me that Imogen is a mind wiper, I would have been so confused for the next year and a half. But thank God they paid more attention clearly than I did, and apparently Imogen is a mind wiper, and Violet had asked her if things went south or whatever to wipe her brain. If book 4 does not open up with answers and just epic chaos, I want to know where Violet was for 12 days. Is she in a dream? Because that's another thing that's kind of flying around, is like maybe Violet was in a dream in the end. I don't think so, but I think that that's partly how she's gonna use to find Zaden again, is like through how he taught her to find his shadows and then her dream walking abilities. But where was she for 12 days? Like, oh my gosh, I would pay so much money for at least the first 10% of book 5 right now. I feel kind of rendered speechless. Also, Andarna showing back up so quickly. She wasn't gone very long, so then what prompted her to come back so quickly? We didn't really get a whole lot of that. Like, all of a sudden she's just there again, and I'm dying to know where she was, what brought her back, and there's so many questions. Just so many questions. So naturally I will be picking up book 4. Duh, obviously. I could have hated this book and I would still pick up book 4. I have no more constructive thoughts. It's all just blubbering nonsense and emotional stammering at this point. So Violet better go find Zaden. Zaden better come for his wife. That's what I hope for. Okay, goodbye. Go read a book.